Good morning, everyone. How's everybody doing? Just give you the creamer swirl. Oh, baby. Good morning. Hopefully my audio is coming through. Sometimes when I don't stream for a couple days, everything goes to crap. Oh. I don't even know if anybody is here. I know ITT was here earlier. That doesn't mean she's here now. Let me just reset up my camera here. So I went out the other day with my wife and we took a walk in nature. Good morning, ITT. You are here. We went and took a walk in nature. So took out the old camera, got some photos of some birds. So because of that, I have the long lens on. Morning, Mr. Ireland. So I'll just address the back pain. It's okay right now, but if I twist wrong, I'm going to have to end the stream pretty much immediately. You were sleeping the other days. That's good. Sleep is good. You need sleep. So yeah, so if I twist my back wrong, before I go into a full spasm, I will have to end the stream right away. So hopefully that won't happen. And today we're going to work on I think we're going to work on editing. I know it's not a fun thing for you guys to watch, but the truth is I need to make sure my back is going to be okay. I am in tire season right now, where we swap winter tires for summer tires. So I can't afford to be out of work. So I need to take care of my back. So we're going to be editing, plus editing is, it's what I need to do for YouTube anyways. So that's the deal, my dears. How's it going, Mr. Odie? Don't turn my back in the wrong way. Yeah, I hope not. Super cool concept too. So my mechanics work. Also, Vero is going to be in the background doing stuff, so I can shout things at her to annoy her.
No.
Yes.
No.
I don't know if you guys could hear her. So if you guys got AMA questions for Vero while she's down here, I'll ask her, and then because you can't hear her on mic, I'll answer for her. So you'll just have to trust that I'm being accurate, or I'm trolling her. One of the two. Just found a Nikon F1 from the 70s in your basement. Very nice. It sounds fast. Have I done the paper for disability? Not quite how that works. It's not quite how that works. I don't work full time, and I can continue to do my YouTube work. So I don't know. It's complicated in my situation. If I was a full-time employee and I couldn't do my full-time work anymore, that would be simple. But as I found out when when we talked to a tax officer or whatever, none of mine and Vero's situations really apply to any rules. So yeah. And anyways, in Canada, when you get a disability check or whatever, it's discounted by the amount of money you bring in your other work. So yeah, it's complicated. It's complicated. I'm not that disabled. See, I have hands. They work. And I did survive a day of work. So that was good. Boss is a really good man, so we're good to go. Yeah, I know F1 is a film camera. I had a film camera that I bought for the lens, and then I pretty much gave it away. I just wanted the lens. All right, let's get DaVinci Resolve opened up. Been using Resolve a little bit. It's not actually that bad. Once you realize that like everything is docked Windows. So YouTube don't pay, you'll not lose any money. Yeah. Yeah, YouTube is kind of, oh, we have a visitor.
Do you need a hand?
Ha. I see what you did there.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
No, that's fine. I mean, YouTube does pay. It's just not a lot compared to the hours you have to put in. Okay, sponsors pay way better. And super chats and stuff, but you guys can't super chat on this channel. All right, so this is what we got. As you can see, I didn't get that far.
Welcome to the ESP Now comprehensive.
I wish I would have leveled the mat. It's a little bit off, but I may get extra comments for that.
Video series. The aim of this series is to be the definitive place to go if you want to use ESP Now in your own projects, or if you want to learn how to use it better.
Don't know if it's doubling.
For your jam, there are extremely descriptive written articles found in the description below. Every video will have multiple articles associated with it, so have a look at that. And since this is meant as a reference.
Okay, so here's a pause. Gotta remove this pause.
And since
Oh, the hotkeys are different. There we go.
And since this is meant, also have a look at that. And since this is meant as a reference guide, make sure you use the chapters below for navigation.
What the? You're in Saskatoon? Where the hell are you going? Did you drive there, or did you fly to Saskatoon? You're not in Kansas anymore. You're on a train going. Oh yeah, so okay, you were saying you were going to do that. I didn't know that was now. That's freaking awesome. Well, color me envious. What's the envy color? Is it yellow? I don't remember. I am green with envy. Let me show you what it looks like in Ottawa right now. Pick a random Belfast and train yards. So it's gloomy. Probably not the right time to fly lately. Why? What happened with planes? If you're talking about the poop show that's happening in the US with like the air traffic controllers, that doesn't affect us here in Canada. And if you're saying flying is now very expensive, welcome to Canada. It was expensive before. It hasn't changed. If you could afford to fly before, you can afford to fly now. Oh my God. The Ottawa River. I would love to be out fishing there right now, although most species are closed right now. All right, now where is my clips? Here are my clips. Oh, it doesn't tell me which one I have on the timeline. Oh yeah, it does. Okay, there's a little line down there. So 5.4. Pop that into here. Shrink this. I have to say, for a free piece of software, this is incredible.
Navigation. ESP32s are often used by makers to make projects that connect either
Should make a... Is there a way to mark this spot? Let's see. What's this? Flags? Markers. I think I'm going to mark my, my chapters here. This runs really well too. This is like extremely fast. I love it. Don't know if you can hear that. Hang on. Works really good. Also, if you need an electronics break, I don't know what we can do. Let's do a poll. When we take an electronics break, code some ESP32 or Pi Pico project. I don't know if the Canadian Airlines have done that. Let me see. Let me check the price. Flight. Let me go on to Google. Flight Ottawa to Vancouver. Nope. Nope, they're still about the same price. You can still fly to Vancouver for $260. So the prices haven't changed here in Canada. Again, the fuel prices for the futures. Play with. I see. Add option. Play with a module board. Keep editing. No breaks. There we go. Vote in the poll, folks. So the prices haven't fluctuated very much in Canada.
for navigation. ESP32s are often used by makers to make projects that connect either to local Wi-Fi or to their phones via Bluetooth. They're extremely well suited for this. They're very cheap, readily available, and extremely powerful for their relatively small footprint.
This is good. We're gonna cut this shit. Cut it there, 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 cut it there. You can take a train from Toronto to Vancouver for about $750, includes a sleeper room and all food for 4 days. Yeah. Definitely. I want to take that train. It's expensive though, and I want to go with my wife. So that's going to be like $1,500. Is that one way, Curtis? And I guess you're on mobile data right now?
projects that connect either to local Wi-Fi or to their phones via Bluetooth. They're extremely well suited for this. They're very cheap, readily available, and extremely powerful for their relatively small footprint.
That was good. Vote in the poll, folks, because we will be taking an electronics break to save you guys the boredom of watching me edit.
But sometimes you need to send information from one ESP to another, and you aren't in range of a Wi-Fi.
It's doing better here. One way, you're on mobile, but your phone plan has a lot. Yeah, my phone plan has a lot of data too, and when I need to renew, which I may not do right away, I think I'm in November. I can renew. When I need to renew, the plans have even more data now. But I think I have 100 gigs. Let me see if I can log into my account here. If I remember my password. Bills. Oh, usage. I have 1 gigabyte out of 100 used. So that's not a lot. Let me see if I can upgrade my... I usually go and check. I just try to upgrade shop phone plans, new phones. Let me see here. iPhone, no thank you. Pixel 10. Ooh. Pixel 10 is too much. Is that the Pro? No, it's just the 10. Yikes. I'll probably end up with the Pixel 10 once. Screw off. Low to high. I could get a pre-owned iPhone 15. So 10. Yeah, that's yikes. That's very expensive. Probably not going to upgrade my phone. I'm probably going to switch to a cheaper plan. Play with an IC. You have unlimited 5G here because you have the home internet with the same company. Nice.
Relatively small footprint. But sometimes you need to send information from one ESP to another, and you aren't in range of a Wi-Fi access point, or Bluetooth doesn't quite have the range, power efficiency, or speed that you would want. And that is where ESP Now shines. ESP Now is...
God, this is good free software. I don't know why. Well, I know why. I was procrastinating using this for a very long time. Need to change the hotkey. It's B and A. Your 5G here is not impressing like 15 megabits. Let me see if I can turn off Wi-Fi and do a speed test. So keep in mind that I'm in the basement here. Oh, I've got 2 bars of service. It's going to be a slow speed test. So I'm on LTE and in the basement, And I'm getting 5.3 megabits down. And it looks like 12 megabits up. Yeah, 5.3 down on LTE. You pay £16 euro, 16 euro per month. That's good. That's very cheap.
That's where ESP Now shines. ESP Now is a protocol built into every ESP32, which allows for lightning-fast communications with very few downsides. It doesn't require a handshake, so it can just transmit without caring about whether...
That was a mistake.
It doesn't...
So we're going to go B for blade and A for select. There we go.
Very few downsides. It doesn't require a handshake, so it can just transmit without caring about whether or not other devices can hear it. It's multi-directional, so it can be two-way comms, or it could be one device to 3 or 3 to 1, or any combination
Do you guys want the volume up a little bit?
you think thereof. It has...
Try to get this more tight, because I know you're hearing it through my mic right now. But if you want to actually hear it better, I can turn it up.
reasonably good range, a few hundred meters, good range, a few hundred meters in clear line of sight, but certain ESP32s can activate a long-range mode and reach over a kilometer in good line of sight. It needs...
Okay, blade that shit. Let me add something here. Can I edit this? Properties. Howie Center. This is as close as I'm going to get. Okay. They're serving breakfast soon. Oh, very nice. If you up the volume, it'll be rapidly repetitive. Okay, I get you. I'll try to entertain more.
in clear line of sight, but certain ESP32s can activate a long-range mode and reach over a kilometer in good line of sight. It needs no
Curtis, are you going to make a video of this shit? I so want to see it.
external hardware, aside from what's already included on these boards.
Okay, blade that shit. And delete this shit.
Included on these boards, and it's extremely fast and efficient, meaning the board can go from deep sleep to transmitting and then back to deep sleep in under 50 milliseconds. There are some...
Blade, delete.
in under 50 milliseconds. There are some downsides, however, so transmitting a lot of data... Oops.
Oh.
There are some downsides.
Blade. I still have the hotkeys from
There are some
from Premiere in my head.
There are some downsides, though. Transmitting a lot of data is not possible. You only have 250 bytes per transmission maximum. Give you an example of
Blade.
Boolean is 4 bytes. Oh. To give you an
Blade. I should have done this yesterday, by the way, but here I am.
maximum. To give you an example, an integer is 4 bytes. They are not good for ultra.
Blade. Blade. So I grabbed the volume by accident a lot. You really have to be specific on where you're cutting.
They are not maximum. To give you an example, an integer is 4 bytes. They are not good for ultra long range, because even the special long range mode is about a kilometer.
Look at that.
And they are not good for penetrating obstacles.
Penetration is bad for ESP.
Mode is about a kilometer, and they are not good for penetrating obstacles. 2.4 gigahertz is just too high a frequency to penetrate stuff like thick walls, water, metals, etc. reliably. There are other protocols for that, and you should use those.
What? What are you saying, Johnny? You can't use AI to code. All the coders are saying that AI is crap for code. I've had really good experiences with Claude personally, but all the real coders, quote unquote, they are saying, "Oh, ooh, the stretch." They are saying that it's bad. So who do I believe now? Also, is my timeline? It's my timeline settings. Okay, 60 FPS. Excellent. AI works, but only if you know what problems to look for. I agree. I've been having actually a good time coding with Claude. Here, let me show you one of my projects that I've done. I should really back them up. Where was it? Yeah, this. Dist. So this, I had Claude code me this. AI can't replace the system's architect, spit out a shitload of code that is totally 99% working but impossible to maintain. Yeah. Yeah. That's totally fine. So I made this. I don't remember. Oh yeah, this is how to add a node. And then this is, let's go with like ESP. This will be like ESP Now nodes. So this will be video concept. And then this, that, other. You can drop files in there and then add another node, filming. It's like this shot, another shot, and then you've got editing. this part, and then you can link them from here to here, from here to here. And then what's nice is that you can move them around, and then you can grab this one and you can put an emoji. So video concept, here's the filming, and here is the editing. I don't know what editing would be. Customer pays you to use AI. That code base is millions of lines. Yeah, all fits in. But actually, I asked it to make this modular so that so that it could work on pieces of it. And then, okay, so then you go here, and then you can go done. So this module is done, and then filming, that's done, and then this one is in progress. So you see it's the bar goes from green to yellow. So it works really well. It like moves nodes by itself. And you could like feed them back into each other. So you grab this and put it over here. Bing. Or you can take this and delete it. Like this is very nice, and you can zoom out. You can have as many boards as you want. You can have thousands of them. You can have templates. Like I made this all, it's all working. And it's all in one executable. Save, no. So it's really nice. Can I name this marker too? How do you? Chapter 3, and then I can go back to a marker. Can I, what's this? Jog wheel. Jog. I want to move. Overwrite, insert, replace. Timeline view options. Keyframe tray, voiceover. Okay, don't know if I can jog to the previous one. Oh, here. This will be chapter 2. This is nice notes and everything. Very nice, I like it. This is a nice piece of software.
Before setting off on this journey, you're going to have to download and install the Arduino IDE from the official website and follow the instructions. I'm going to be using the Arduino IDE for this example. We'll be using the Arduino.
Yeah, we instead of I. Team Waka.
From the official website and follow the instructions. We'll be using the Arduino IDE for this video series because I think it's just simpler to tackle than using Espressive's own systems or using something like MicroPython and Platform.io.
Indeed, it is going to be more simple than using Platform.io. Platform.io should be ashamed of itself.
Once it's installed, you need to add. Once it's installed,
Although it does work, I have to say. It's just not fun to set up. Yes, sirs and madams, and everyone in between, like and subscribe. This channel will probably never get monetized, but I can always hope. Let me see. Let me see how far I am from monetization. Need for channel memberships, which nobody ever gets. I need about 800 public watch hours. That's actually not that bad. That's doable. But another 137 subscribers. That was going to be tough. And then for watch page ads, I need like 1,000 subscribers, which is not going to happen in 4,000 hours. I'll get the hours. I won't get the subscribers. No, 500. So I have 360 something. I need 130 something more. Right? That's 4 and then 500. Yeah, 500 for memberships. For ads, I need 1,000.
On and Platform.io. Once it's installed, you need to add the ESP32 support. So you go to File, Preferences, and paste the official JSON into the additional board manager. If you have extra boards, just comma separate your fields.
Yeah, this is all stuff. I'm gonna have to go capture the footage, which I might just do on the mini PC, which we can do. Not VA. Because I was like, how do I capture footage while I'm streaming if I'm using OBS? But since I have the mini PC, we can go over there. I'll capture the mini PC into OBS to stream it, but I'll run OBS on the mini PC to pick up the footage, and then I can throw it on the NAS from there. So the workflow becomes easier when I have another computer. I could also just go get my laptop, but hey, you know. Membership is way more interesting than an ad. The problem is people don't use the memberships. I think I have no members on the main channel. Might have one. Let me check. Switch account to this one. In studio. Earn memberships. I have one. Wait. Yes, I have one. Oh, it's Johnny. So, yes, memberships are a good idea. Problem is, nobody gets memberships. Only Johnny, apparently.
Platform.io. Once it's installed, you need to add the ESP32 support. So you go to File, Preferences, and paste the official JSON into the additional board manager. If you have extra boards, just comma separate your fields.
I may end up getting 1 or 2 more by asking people.
And I'll just put it in.
But the problem is you piss off hundreds of people to gain like $4. Love streams. I mean, I can ask my wife, but I don't know if she'll be interested in that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think that'll be a tough nut to crack.
Extra boards, just comma separate your fields. And I'll just put it in plain text in the description of this video. It'll also be on my website.
Yeah, on the website. For those of you just watching the video after and you don't want to look at the chat, Johnny Bergdahl accidentally said he only supports YouTubers that do love streams, and yeah, I ran with it.
It'll also be on my website. Then you open the boards manager, search for ESP32, and click install.
Very good instructions, Dan. Good job. BitLooney is streaming tonight. Very nice. What is the day of the week today? It is Wednesday. There is H3 tonight, so.
How's it going, Fern? Okay.
So I probably won't be there. I do love me a BitLooney stream, but the other thing about BitLooney is he's how do I put this in a polite way, knowing that Vero might be listening to this? he is doing things, let's say, at a high level, and I do things at a low level. Does that compute? Does that make sense? I'm more of a, I need a lot more explanation.
Install. This process will then.
Oh, speaking of which, it's not going well, I will say, boot.dev, but I am almost done. I mean, not almost done, but I'm getting there for functional programming. Then I'll try to do this. I don't know if I really care for this, but then data structures and algorithms, we're getting there. We're getting there. He's doing big projects that need yes. I'm not talking about work. I'm talking about like intellectual.
This process will then allow you to select your board from the drop-down menu.
Yeah, slice here, slice here.
This process will then allow you to.
What the?
This process will then allow you to select your board from the drop-down menu. This process will then allow you to select your board from the drop-down menu. Be wary of.
Okay, because I was trying to finish the sentence. So razor blade this. Oh, what am I doing? This.
Exit 6B32 and click install. This process will then allow you to select your board from the drop-down menu. Be wary of charge.
Procedural programming, you say. By the way, no. Oh, for fuck's sakes. By the way, Gemini, my good friend, has become garbage. Ah, my eyes. Can you explain the difference between functional and procedural programming? Use Python as the example code so I can understand it. So Bitlooney invented an interpreted assembly language called Looneyasm. I'm not sure if you're being serious because that sounds like something he could potentially do. So you might be trolling, but I don't know. But anyways, as I was saying, Gemini, since the personalization update, so a couple months now, has been absolute shit. Garbage. So I switched to Qwen, and Qwen is incredible. All right. Here's a clear breakdown of the difference between procedural and functional programming. Uses the same problem solved in Python. So get out of here. There. All right. Let me do this again. Okay, procedural programming, how to solve a problem step by step. Functional programming, what to compute. Okay. Mutatable variables that change over time. Immutable data, no variable reassignment. Routine that may have side effects. Pure functions. Oh, yeah. Okay, I've done procedural. Yeah. Calculate the sum of the squares of all even numbers on a list. Procedural. Total 0, num in numbers. If num divided by 2 equals 0, that's the... this is how you check for even numbers in Python. Because this gives you... this divides by 2, but doesn't give you the integer portion. It gives you the remainder portion. So if you divide a number by 2, and the result is 0, that means there's no remainder, that means it's even. Square equals num times num, yep. Total plus equals square, return total, yep. That makes sense. It uses total variable, it gets updated repeatedly, yep. So this is just normal programming in my head. This is just normal, I get this. Me too, I will say me too, my brain works very well like this. Functional approach. Yeah, I don't like this. This is nested functions. So lambda x of x divided by 2 numbers. So, okay, lambda is a weird concept, but lambda is a function with no name. So you don't have to go and define a function. So you literally say lambda of x is x divided by 2 equals 0. Okay. And then numbers. And that is because this filter function requires an iterable. So this would be your list of numbers that is passed into your function up here. And then you would filter only those in the iterables that have this condition. Okay. And now you're mapping lambda x, x times x. So actually you're, okay. So that you're going to grab this, the result of this, the result of the filter, will give you a list, actually it'll probably give you a set that has even numbers only, okay? That'll only give you even numbers. And then you're going to compute the even numbers times themselves with this lambda function. And I don't remember what map does. Don't remember what map does, but sum will sum the numbers together. And then you'll return it. So it's all in one line. Wonder how many credits you have left. Prompt used about 1. I don't know what that means. 1.3 credits. Okay, yeah, no mutations. I don't remember what the map return iterators. Sum consumes them lazily, which is memory efficient. Yeah, Python. Map for each item. Okay, that's it. It just goes through the iterable. Makes sense. Use commas as a decimal separator. You do that here and your shit don't work. A lot of my students who came from overseas doing my computer classes, when I was teaching them Excel, they would use the comma as a period, and Excel thought it was a string, so it wouldn't compute. Now I forgot what I was doing here.
This process will then allow you to select your board from the drop-down menu. Be wary of charge. Be wary of charge-only USB cables. They lack the data pins needed for programming, and they are usually the ones that are bundled with inexpensive devices. Always have one dedicated, trusted USB cable you can use to test out new processes and boards.
Very good advice, Dan. Thank you. Appreciate that. Appreciate that you made, actually, I appreciate that I took the time and wrote a script for this video, because there's not anything missing. Visuals are missing, but that's what we're gonna grab.
Once your board is plugged in and ready to use, you just select the type from the boards list and the COM port associated with it. My trick for the COM port, because it changes with every board you plug in, more or less, is to check the available COM ports, then plug it in, and the new one that pops up is...
You can go in the backend ITT in the preferences and change your period to a comma. But I'm trying to teach my students to adapt to the computers that will be in their workspace and not make their workspace computers adapt to them, because often in the skilled trades, which in the skilled trades, which was what I was teaching, for the most part, you're going to share a shop computer with a couple of people, and so you can't just go and change the preferences, especially when you're the new person in. You can't go and change the preferences for just you and screw up everybody else. I mean, I was training people for work, and essentially, if they were hurting the company's productivity, they wouldn't keep their job.
Most likely your COM port. Most...
All right, so let's bleed this shit. Oh my God, it's so nice that the seek bar, the whatever this thing here, the playhead, moves backwards with the clip when you're deleting the space. Oh, it's just, this is much more refined than the old ass version of Premiere that I have access to. Don't get me talking about that crap piece of app. Do you know they translated the whole programming part of Excel to Swedish instead of if? Oh yeah, that is, you know what? That is a valid criticism. They did that in French too. So if I have a student that understands French better, font 28, instead of going some like, let's say like, yeah, Jesus Christ, A1, what am I doing? A1 to like A24. Okay, if they flip their computer into French, you have to do, watch this madness. You have to go like this. So not only is it different, but it's like it has more letters. Good morning, Mr. Franco. So like I'm trying to teach them, and they're like, it's not working, it's not working. Yeah, because they went and changed their preferences to French, so they have to use all French notation, and sometimes the words are like freaking 15 characters. Oh my God. I was like, just leave it on system defaults, please. Soma. Am I pronouncing it right? Soma. You guys have very, very like intonation-based language. Yeah, most reasonable people picked a standard that the Globe uses, right? English US.
in your COM port. Most ESP32 boards have a button. Most ESP32 boards need to have a button pressed while being plugged in.
It seemed like I retry this a bunch of times.
Most ESP30. Try that again.
Okay, well, we know all this is crap. Bing. Oh my God, with the playhead moving, this is the greatest.
COM port. Most ESP32 boards need to have a button pressed and held while being plugged in and then released in order to get into boot mode or programming mode. The easiest way to figure this out is to Google your specific board and how to enter bootloader mode. Most of the time,
I have to say, I thought I'd be, I don't know why I waited so long. Like, I guess the big thing is when you arrive in Premiere, let me just Control S this. When you arrive in not Premiere, in DaVinci Resolve, you're in this window first, and like it's so confusing. It's like where am I going? Why is the clip moving? And like this is not where you edit. You edit on the edit. No, this is just a normal NLE at this point.
Enter bootloader mode. Most of the time, it's a matter of holding down the boot button while plugging it in and then releasing it. If a new window pops up like a USB drive would, you're in good shape and you're ready to go. Pretty good.
Yeah. Good job, Dan. You did a good job. You did a good job. Ah, this is such a nice piece of software. Love it. It's not often that I pick up a new piece of software, especially a free one, and I'm like enamored with it. DaVinci is awesome. Okay, so I'm gonna need to stretch my back out a little bit. So I think the goal here, before I edit this clip is gonna be a new chapter. Let's pop a new chapter onto here, and this will be chapter 4. So I might go get a coffee. What's
There
this one?
are literally hundreds of ESP32.
Yeah, this is sourcing. Has YouTube been messing with the poll thingy? I'm not sure. I could see that the poll is a little bit weird though for me. And I'll show you that. Let me switch to over here. Switch back to over here because it looks weird. Look at this. 14%, 14%, and 0% have the same bar length. So that's interesting, huh? Oops, not webcam. All right, so I think I'm gonna go grab a coffee, and we're going to. Any requests for one of my videos to put on? So I'm gonna go grab a coffee, and then we're gonna play with a ESP or a Pi Pico. You have 40 credits per month, and the most you've ever used was 28. Oh, interesting. It let you vote for all of them and gives you the options to close it. Huh. Hey, Locke, you're just in time for a coffee break. Just an update on my back. I'm not in constant throbbing pain, but my back is very, very sensitive. So if I move wrong, it's going to disable me for the rest of the day. So I'm just being extremely careful by not moving weirdly, essentially. So I survived a day of work, but I have another one coming up tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. So I'm gonna grab a coffee, and then when I get back, I'm going to, we're gonna play with a ESP or a Pi Pico or something. Just to have fun with it, because we're going to take a break from sitting at the desk, essentially. And then we're going to sit on the desk, and we're going to do a little bit more, editing, because this is the ESP32 now video. It really needs to be done because we need to move on to the next one. So, any video requests to entertain you guys? While I get coffee. You are a job site in Zanesville, Ohio. Hey, we're neighbors. Meeting with electric company to add 1600 amp service to an addition. I could drive down to the St. Lawrence. Is it the St. Lawrence at that point? Isn't Ohio north? Yeah, anyways. We could probably, if we had two-way radios, we could probably get close enough to each other that we'd be able to communicate with each other. I forgot I was going to my channel. Videos. Pretty sad this one didn't do well. This one did well. PCBWay was pissed off about this one. Just under Lake Erie. Hang on, I gotta map of North America. Images. No, I need the states also. Oh, this one. Region new tab. Because isn't Ohio here? This one? I cannot possibly zoom in anymore. I think Ohio is this one. So I could go here. See? So we could get pretty close. I'm up here somewhere. There-ish. Approximately here. And by the way, Curtis, Ireland, right now, he's on a train and he's in Saskatoon. It's somewhere around here. Which is crazy. Because normally he's in this area. Somewhere around here. But now he's here. So he took a train. And I wish I could tell you how long that takes. It is a long freaking train. Anyways, I'm gonna be right back for coffee. Let's put on a Vigeo, this one. I have some projects for each one of these boards, but I figured you might want to come along to see what I do with my brand new boards when I just get them in to make sure they're working properly. I'm pretty sure they will be working because, you know, these are all legitimate Arduino boards from a legitimate source. But let's see what the unboxing process is like, what these legit Arduinos are. Usually we have some clone Arduinos. And let's have a little play. First one up is this one here. This is the brand new, well, brand new for me, Arduino R4 Wi-Fi. So this is the big boy. This is the one that prompted the purchases because I don't have one of these yet, clone or otherwise, in my arsenal. So I figured, oh, it comes with a little plastic base. Oh, well, that's fancy. Now, these are quite expensive. I'll post the price on the bottom there. So they're not cheap, that's for sure, but you are getting the legit product. So what do you get for your money? Well, first of all, I love the fact that it's written on the side of the pin headers, what the functions are, and it's written on both sides, so that is neat. Now, the clone boards typically have sort of holes here so you can add your mail headers if you want, but this does not have that. This is not an Atmel chip, I'm pretty sure. It is R7A4MI. I have no idea what chip this is. Probably says on here. Yeah. Uh, gobbledygook. I have no idea what that is. But also has a ESP32S3 Mini, which I believe only handles Wi-Fi. Not sure about that, but I think so. Let's see the specs here. 48 megahertz clock, quite a bit faster as Wi-Fi and Bluetooth LE, probably from the ESP. 32 kilobytes of RAM, 256 kilobytes of code flash, and then 8 kilobytes of data flash, whatever that means. UART I2C, SPI, CAN bus. Oh, it does CAN bus, that's nice. 5-volt operating voltage, 624 volts in, 14 digital pins, 6 analog pins, 6 PWM, 1 DAC, And it has a LED matrix on it and some quick connectors, or one quick connector. And yeah, it's the same form factor as the old Uno. What is this? Oh, some sheet, stickers. Everybody likes stickers. And thank you for choosing an Arduino board and supporting the community. Yeah, that was the big deal here. I did want to support the community. Cool stuff. All right. Without further ado, let's plug it in and see what it comes with by default. Do you see that? The LED matrix. Oh, there's a heart. Does it mean it loves me? Is that all it does? Yeah. Oh, and there's a blinky going on. So we got a yellow LED blinky. We got a green LED for indicating power on, which is good. And yeah, it just keeps that heart on the matrix. Now we're going to unbox all the rest of the stuff, but I'm sure that the Arduino IDE will have some, example code to make this matrix do stuff. If not, I'm sure GitHub will have something. But that's all you get for the Arduino R4 Wi-Fi. Let's move on. All right, I went browsing on the examples for the Arduino Uno R4, and I found something that should be interesting as long as it works. Now, heads up, I had to update my boards and my libraries before plugging this in. So if you are excited to play with your Arduino Uno, make sure you run all your updates first, or else you'll be waiting a little bit. Here we go. I'm going to plug this in 3, 2, 1. What do we got? You see that? Now my studio lights are swamping it, but you should be able to see it just barely. This is Conway's Game of Life running on the LED matrix. Now I have to say, it is quite a bit nicer in a darkened room. This is a little hard to see over my studio lights, but it does look pretty cool. And the inclusion of an LED matrix sort of like opens up lots of possibilities for all sorts of things. I just wonder, like, are they being accessed by the chip directly? Like, are they all pin linked to the chip? When you use digital outputs, do some of these turn on? I don't know. That's not a question for this video, though. Next one up is the R4 Minima. This is a cheaper version. It does not have Wi-Fi or Bluetooth. It has the same R7F. This doesn't roll off the tongue like the Atmel ones did. 48 megahertz, 32 kilobytes of RAM. So it's essentially the same. All the specs here are the same, except it doesn't have the ESP built into it. Oh, look, there's a little love heart there. How cute. Which side did we open the other one? Oh, we opened it from the bottom. Let's open from the bottom again. Oh, comes in a plastic tray as well. Look at that. So yeah, essentially the same thing, right? There's not much difference between these two, but there's no ESP, right? So you get pretty much the same thing. And I'm back. Hey, we can tell how long it took me to get my coffee and take a pee. It was like 6 minutes. Also, Vero is down here for a little bit right now, so if you have any questions for her, I can throw it to her. But she is working though, so we're not gonna make her stay. Thank you, Franco. All right, let's see what Lockwatcher is up to. These electric company meetings are classic. They require on-site meeting. Travel 2.5 hours in some cases for a 3-minute meeting, then head back. Wow. Hey, Vero. Vero. Hey, Vero.
Yeah,
Franco says he hopes you're doing well.
I am. I hope he's doing well as well.
In case you didn't hear, she said she is doing well, and she hopes you're doing well.
As well.
As well.
There we go.
Weller, more well.
No, well as well.
Well as well.
Well also.
Beautiful name for your wife. You should see her. Even better looking than her name. She has a YouTube channel. Let's see if I remember it by heart. You know what? I'm just gonna look it up. But here, this is she. She reacts to movies. Not my genre of video, but she's doing really well. 56% on the ESP32 or Pi Pico project. 9 votes. Well, we're doing ESP32 or Pi Pico project. And poll. Oh, you hear her. Okay. I wasn't 100%. And she's gone now anyways. She be gone. Okay, let me just do a little bit of back stretching here. Oh, just a little, not too much. Okay, so what we got? Today is tax day in the US. Oh, we have until the 30th. And we really need to get started on that shit because it does creep up very quickly. All right, so here we got a Pico de Gallo. Like today is the deadline, April 15th. What's funny is because I am, this is the weirdest shit, okay? Because I am self-employed, I can file my taxes in June. However, the amount I owe is due to be paid on the official date, April 30th. Which means if I file my taxes in June, but I owe an amount, that amount is backrated to April 30th, and I owe a late penalty and interest on my taxes. So essentially, as like legally, I have until June 30th, but because when you're self-employed, unless you prepay a buttload of taxes, you pretty much have to pay and do your taxes by April 30th. It's so weird. I don't know what I don't know who lobbied for this shit. Compensated for all your travel, company getting the new service covers the cost. Wow, that's silly then to request a in-person meeting. Did you travel? Hold on a sec. Did you travel by car or plane? What did you do? Okay, let's see if we can play with the PIO on this. So just trying to break up the monotony of editing. Oh, my back. Okay. So let's go Quinn. We can, you know what? We can log into Quinn. Let me log in here. Continue with Google. Should be saved. Yep, my burner account. Continue. Car, all local efforts. Most of your projects are in Ohio. Okay. Confirm. And just, okay, first of all, let me see if I can turn this to dark mode. Settings. Ah, my eyes. Okay. So first of all, why am I using Qwen? That's Qwen because it's free, it's open source, and Gemini has been getting very shit lately. Guide me through playing with the PIO on RP 2040, essentially a Pi Pico clone, but with more memory. I have Arduino IDE already set up, and I have the RP 2040 communicating. Give me some reference of how to use the PIO, which pins they will be on, what libraries I need, and such. You can listen to Stargate en route, but if you're by car, you can't watch Stargate. That's what I love about the train. So there was a situation a couple years ago where I had to go, or not I had to go, Vero was out of town. She was in Toronto. And Toronto is about 4.5 hours by car away. And I wanted to go meet up with her and hang out with her for a couple days. So I took the train. And it was the greatest experience ever. Yeah, it cost me a little bit more than going by car. But holy shit, man, I was relaxed the whole way down. It was like spring or something. And they warned us on the train. They're like, very sorry, but the heater is broken, so it'll be a bit chilly. So in the cabin of the train, it was like 16 degrees Celsius, which was incredible. It was the greatest thing. All right, enjoy your electrical guy. Okay. So here's a practical Arduino-focused guide to using the RP2040's programmable I/O, PIO. Since you already have the board communicating, you already have the Arduino Pico core. Yep, built into this core. No extra libraries required. Oh, thank you, thank you. Thank you. What is a PIO? 2 PIO blocks, PIO 0 and PIO 1, each with 4 state machines, 8 total. Each state machine runs custom assembly at a configurable clock rate. Ideal for WS2812, NeoPixel, UART, SPI, I2C, bitbanging, VGA audio, custom protocols, or anything require precise timing. Runs completely independent of the CPU cores. This is the great part, right? No library manager install needed. PIO support is native. Here, let's open an account here. Ah, oh, coffee is so good. New sketch. All right. All right, another board import, RP2040. Excuse me, I had to sneeze. Raspberry Pi Pico. This one. Okay. Oops. That is my OBS. That was not supposed to be grabbed by that. This one, though. All right, so we need on the top include Arduino.h and then include PIO.h. Yeah. Pin assignment rules. Any GPIO can be used with really? Oh, that is freaking awesome. You must call PIO GPIO init before claiming a state machine. Avoid pins 22 to 25 on standard PICOs, but your clone may route them differently. 2 to 18 is safest for general use. Pin directions handled by PIO. Okay. Write a PIO assembly file. Load the program into PIO instruction memory, because this can be difficult. All right. Create blink.pio in your sketch folder. Ooh. That's not cool. So you have to make a new file. Ew. CPU PIO communication. Yeah, okay. Hold on. Are there ways to do this without having the extra PIO file? Like, can't I type it under the header section? I thought that the compiler just concatenates all the content of the includes at compile time. What? My quota limit? Huh. It's assembly. Oh. Well, that's not fun. That's not fun at all. I don't know if I want to do state machines today. Okay, let's find something else to do. Or we'll just go back to editing. Let's go back to editing. I chose. I need to get this done. And then we'll play with something else at the next break.
ESP32 boards available. You just need to find the board that suits your project, meaning it has the right amount of pins, the right form factor, and enough processing power for your needs. Without knowing anything at all about your specific project, here are my general recommendations. In the small and mighty category, do that again. In the small and mighty category, do that again. In the small and mighty,
Let's bleed this shit too. Dude.
subject, here are my general recommendations. In the small and mighty category, you can never go wrong with any of. In the small and mighty.
Jesus, I'm having issues.
Here are my general recommendations. In the small and mighty category, you can never go wrong with. That's not natural. Let me try again. In the small.
What was I thinking? Gotta delete all this shit. We're only at 1 minute and 4 seconds, by the way. So all this time spent editing was for 1 minute. Ugh. Stretching. I think that's 1 minute and 4 seconds.
All about your specific project. Here are my general
No.
recommendations. In the small and mighty. Yeah, recommendations.
No, it's 4 minutes and 14 seconds. Why is there a 1 here? Like 1 hour.
Full recommendations. In the small and mighty category, you can never really go wrong with any of the zero or super mini boards, or for a high.
Gonna bleed this shit.
Or super mini boards, or for a higher class option, you can get the Zhao boards. For the most part, if you need a lot of computing power, you would get the S3 variants. If you want a smaller and cheaper option, the C3 is there for you. Just pick your poison. In my stash, I have plenty of both, and the Zhao and the Super Minis have battery support built right in.
That was good. That was good.
For something a little bit bigger,
Okay, let's bleed this shit here.
for most Arduino-like projects, something a little bit better. Jesus Christ.
My thoughts the same.
For
I s-
most- why am I mashing my words? For most Arduino,
Okay, let's get rid of this big block here.
support built right in. For most Arduino-like projects, you really can't go wrong with something bigger like an ESP32 S3 board. Like an ESP32 S3 board. It has a ton of compute. All of the pins are broken. Arduino-like projects, you really can't go wrong with something bigger like an ESP32 S3 board.
S3 board. Oh, I don't know what I did there. Don't know what the V hotkey does. Timeline. I don't know what I did here. Why is this? Okay, it was just selected.
So, most Arduino-like projects, you really can't go wrong with something bigger like an ESP32 S3 board. Like an ESP32 S3 board. To S3. Something bigger like an ESP32. Bigger. Like an ESP.
Like in.
ESP.
This is the parts of editing I hate, like just trying to figure out what words I was trying to say and finding a good, clean version of them.
Bigger, like an ESP32 S3 board. It has a ton of
Need to blade this away.
Like an ESP32 S3 board. It has a ton of compute, all of the pins are broken out, it has dual USB-C, and it's pretty much the de facto standard if you want a highly capable chip. But for your monster... chip. But for your monster programs that need to do graphics processing and lots of calculations, the beast right now is the ESP32P4. However, the ESP32P4 will not work for this tutorial since it does not have wireless JAWS. Then, make sure to grab a variant that has integrated ESP32C6 or C3 or whatever to handle wireless communications if you want to use it for ESP now.
Okay, I think we're done that little section. Drag this out to here. So we are now at 5 minutes and 22 seconds. That's the end of the clip. We're gonna grab this. We're gonna call it rename. Chapter 5. That's good. Hey, we're almost done. Then we'll have to go get all the visuals. That'll take a while.
Now, because ESP Now doesn't need a engine in order to transmit or receive, it needs to know which boards are allowed to listen to the transmissions. This is done via MAC addresses, which are unique.
So I could still edit in 2 times speed like I used to do in Premiere. But I think the big issue here is I don't pay as attention to the pacing when I'm going slower. I mean, faster.
In order to transmit or receive, it needs to know which boards are allowed to listen to the transmissions. This is done via MAC addresses, which are unique hex character sets that are set at the factory. This is done via MAC addresses, which are unique hex character sets that are set at the factory. This is done hex character sets. This is done via MAC addresses, which are unique hex. This is done.
Okay, so I'm actually starting at the this is done part.
With the transmissions. This is done via MAC addresses, which are unique hex.
I'm having issues here.
This is done via MAC addresses, which are a unique set of hex characters which are set at the factory and do not change.
Okay, that's good. There and there. And there. And there. There.
Under the transmissions. This is done via MAC addresses, which are a unique set of hex characters which are set at the factory and do not change. What I recommend is to run a program provided in the description of this video or on my website to extract the specific MAC addresses of the specific boards that you have, and then find a way to store that information permanently. I personally...
Okay, board. Razor blade this shit. This shit. This shit.
store that information permanently. I personally have a small spreadsheet with my...
Of course, that was a mistake.
And find a way to store that information permanently. I personally have a small spreadsheet with unique identifiers for my boards and their MAC addresses, so that whenever I use them in
Razor blade.
for my boards and their MAC addresses, so that whenever I use them in a project, I can just pull it up and I have the MAC address ready. But you can write your MAC addresses directly onto the boards if you have space for it and small enough handwriting.
Good. We're almost done. Oh, not quite. But I mean, we're getting to the end here of the actual edit. So we'll be able to tell how long the edit will be, but we won't be able to tell yet when it's going to be done because we still need the visuals, which I'm going to boot up the mini PC for shortly.
Small enough handwriting. At the same time, though, uploading this MAC address extraction program will allow you to double check if your board, your cable, your IDE installation, etc. is all working properly. In order to actually see the MAC address, though, you'll have to open the serial monitor, which is Control-Shift-M, and which is Control.
Is this the which is here?
Which is
Yeah, which is.
Control.
Stop.
You'll have to open the serial monitor, which is Control-Shift-M in the Arduino IDE, and then you'll also have to set the baud rate to match your board.
And then. Whoop. There, another chapter done. So chapter 6. Last chapter, and then we go collect the visuals. This is the part of YouTubing that is the most isolating.
To match your board. Now, before we go on to actually using ESP Now, we need a quick refresher on the common C++ or Arduino.
It is going well. It sucks because it's like editing is not the funnest thing to watch. So I completely understand how come you guys aren't chatting as much, but that also means it's not as fun for me because you guys aren't chatting. So, I mean, it is what it is. It needs to get done. And if like I'm kind of screwed, like my back is kind of screwed up, it is just what it is. How like all this stuff is editable. The only thing though is how do I add a track? Can you add a track here? Yes, add a track. Okay.
Arduino C. Quick refresher on C++ or Arduino C. Before we go on to actually using ESP Now, we need a quick refresher on common C++/Arduino C. Getting all tongue-tied. Before we go on to actually using.
So far this is all crap.
Great to match your board. Before we go on to actually using ESP Now, we need a quick refresher on common C++ and Arduino C data types. Because we will need to build a blueprint for a data.
Did I say, I said data instead of data. Yeah, no worries at all. I understand. I understand this is not the greatest viewing experience.
Actually using ESP Now, we need a quick refresher on common C++ and Arduino C data types, because we will need to build a blueprint for a data in order to use ESP Now. By far the most common data type is the integer, which is a
We need to generate some images too. Let's see. I want images. Cartoony image of an innocent child, which is learning, which should be innocent child who is learning microcontrollers. So I would say make him young and innocent, but also have a C++ shirt on and a laptop in his hands. He is standing in a clearing in a dark forest late in the evening after dark. He looks happy for the moment, but in the background, between the trees, is a struct that is stalking him and ready to pounce. Hey, that was quick. Yeah, that was very quick. Pounce. The image should convey that learning microcontrollers is going well so far, but soon he will have to wrestle with the evil concept of creating a struct to structure data for ESP now. Let's see what happens. All right, let's keep going.
Before we go on to actually using ESP now, we need a quick refresher on common C++ and Arduino C data types, because we will need to build a blueprint for our data in order to use ESP now. By far the most common data...
Okay.
By far the most common data type is the integer, which is a fancy way to say whole numbers. It could be positive.
That's actually not bad. Why do you do this? Go away. It's actually not a bad image. Okay. I like the concept, but this will appear for only a short moment on my YouTube video. So can you simplify the drawing? It doesn't need as much detail. Think of pizza cake or like King of the Hill or The Simpsons. Something simpler. And the monster should be hiding behind bushes, like ready to pounce, and he should really only be a struct, not have all that other text. I mean, we can keep this image anyways.
By far the most common data type is the integer, which is a fancy way to say whole numbers. They could be positive or negative, but they cannot have a decimal or a fraction attached. In fact, any calculation that would lead to a decimal...
This is a redo it here, look.
In fact, any calculation that would lead to a decimal on an integer would just cause the fractional amounts to disappear.
Because I can see the in fact is all the same. the wave. You get to see the waveforms of words.
decimal or a fraction attached. In fact, any calculation that would lead to a decimal on an integer would just cause the fractional amounts to disappear. When setting up the data structure for integers,
Let's see what it came up with. That's not too bad. I don't know what. Like, go away. I don't want this. That looks good. Don't know why he's barefoot. Oh, he was barefoot here too. Cool. I'm gonna download both. And then download this one. Step 2. So we'll just, when we see like funny things to do, we'll just generate the images right away. So I won't have to generate them later and when I run out of credits or whatever. Good. AI images have gotten better. Let's see the full screen version of this. Downloads. Struct 2. The only thing I have to do is remove the. I'll crop out the Gemini logo. It looks good. Did a good job. Like, this is nonsensical text, but that's okay. He's got C++ there. He's got some stuff floating, but it's not the end of the world. Like, it's just gonna say like, this is good. However, the struct is coming to get you. so that's it. And then it's funny because you can take this image, throw it into ChatGPT, and tell it to remove the watermark, and it'll do it.
disappear. When setting up the data structure for integers, they will each take up 4 bytes of your allowed 250 byte messages. Meaning, if you only wanted to send integers, you could send 6.
The other one? Yep. I think this is objectively a better image. The only thing I don't like about this image is it looks very AI, and it kind of bothers me when it's like this AI'd. The other one looks much simpler, so I like the other style better. So yeah, I like the other one better, but this one's not bad. Yeah, I think this one's better. Yeah, the LED light around the tree was a good, was a nice addition, for sure. For sure. It looks good, though.
Byte messages. Meaning, if you only wanted bytes of your allowed 250 byte messages. Meaning, if you only wanted to send integers, 250 byte messages. Meaning, if you only wanted to send integers, you could send 62 of them at once at the same speed of just. Meaning that.
Meaning.
Send 62. If you only wanted to send integers, you. Byte messages, meaning that if you only wanted to send integers, you could send 62 of them at once at the same speed as sending a single one.
Yeah, very good. ESP32. ESP now is pretty sick technology.
Meaning if you only wanted to send integers.
Oh, I grabbed another meaning here.
Meaning that meaning if you only wanted to send integers, you could send 62 of them at once, and at the same speed as just sending a single one. The next most and at the same speed.
Okay. Chop this one off.
Bytes of your allowed 250 byte messages. Meaning if you only wanted to send integers, you could send 62 of them at once, and at the same speed as just sending a single one.
Good. This is going well.
The next most common data type is the Boolean, which can be a true or false or
Not V. B. Razor blade.
The next most common data type is the Boolean, which can be a true or false or a 1 or a 0, which is the same thing in Arduino C. These are used.
My audio goes in and out because my emphasis changes on words. But thankfully, not thankfully because I pay for it, but I pay for AI audio software that just fixes all that shit. I don't know if there is like some audio autocorrector in Resolve. Does Resolve have some sort of built-in audio fixing filters like background noise removal? Auto amplitude, compressor, etc. Built-in audio fixing filters known as Fairlight FX, available in the Edit, Cut, and Fairlight pages. Huh. Background noise removal, hum reduction, rumble filtering, de-essing, dynamic processing. Free version has basic tools, EQ, noise gates, standard noise reduction. Studio version has AI-powered noise reduction. That might actually be worth, okay. Per year CAD. So I pay $100 per year. So if I'm paying $100 per year, and what is, let's go Resolve Pro or whatever. $295 USD. So it's 5 years. It's $500. Cost me 5 years worth. Okay. Still the photo page. Is there photo? No photo here. Yeah. However, the difference is Adobe Creative Cloud cost per year, Canada. So 1 year um, 1 year of Adobe is $1,000 Canadian. Oh, that's not what I wanted here. So that would be Premiere, and then Photoshop and Lightroom and Illustrator. But I have a license for an old version of Photoshop that I still use it. What's the risk of this being shut down? Adobe Resolve? Like 0. And it's also not connected to the internet. It would it authenticates on your computer. So individuals, yeah, this would be all the apps here. Let me just see what the, yeah, 1,020. It would be $1,000 Canadian per year. Yeah. Resolve is completely offline. It's completely free to use, and it's completely offline. Let me just confirm that. Is DaVinci Resolve completely offline? Can I use it on a plane even with the free version? Yep. It does not require an internet connection to run or edit projects. The free version only requires internet access initially to download and install, or to check for optional updates and send crash logs. Important. If you try to use studio-only features, so the paid features, such as AI tools, noise reduction, or specific codecs, within the free version, you may encounter a nag screen, which tells you should be upgrading, or errors offline, as these require a fully paid license. If I pay for the full DaVinci Resolve, can I use all of its features offline at any time? Software does not require a persistent internet connection. Online connection only needed for initial activation to download the updates. Activate the license on up to 2 computers simultaneously using digital key. Or you can use a physical USB dongle. Once activated, the software runs fully offline. Features such as Magic Mask, Super Scale, and noise reduction are accessible without internet connection. If you choose the digital key method, you cannot activate a third installation without deactivating one of the existing 2. If the dongle is removed, Studio becomes inaccessible. Free version may still launch. Yeah, so fully offline. Completely and fully offline. Yeah. Yeah, all good. First time only. So, it's $500. However, it does go on sale sometimes. What has been the best on sale price for DaVinci Resolve Studio in the last 2 years? I think it goes like 50% off. 20% off. So 20% off. That's not too bad. As with most new software, though, you could have problems if you get a new computer and want to port it over. So what's great, though, is you get 2 licenses when you pay. So you can use it simultaneously on 2 computers. And when you install it to a third one, you have to go and deactivate one of your versions, which is fine. To me, if that's a cost for being offline, that's perfectly fine. In fact, I'm going to download this on my laptop like now. Because this, by the way, this is the free version I'm running, which I don't mind. I don't mind paying for the better versions. But for now, I'm going to keep using the free version until I run to limitations.
Also, or a 1 or a 0, which is the same thing in Arduino Sync. These are usually...
No, the dongle version just needs the dongle connected at all times. Let's see if there's a dongle. How do you products? I don't even know where Resolve is. They make, by the way, they make their money by they're a hardware company, primarily. That's interesting. I can zoom in and out to the preview. That is very cool. Media, reseller. I actually don't know how to get to. Okay, download free. Good. Okay, how do I get a dongle version? How do I buy a dongle version of Resolve Studio? I'm not a robot. Maybe. Oh, you have to find a reseller. Okay, so DaVinci Resolve. So that one won't work. Hang on, let me try a camera store. Vistec. Resolve. Yeah, here we go. And the install key. So again, this is cheaper, right? No, not the same price, $445. So that comes with the key. Doesn't render properly. Just hangs with a skip frame message. Told to ignore skip frames. Still freezes. Interesting. What does the DaVinci Resolve dongle look like? This one? Why does it say pirate? Oh, because there is a pirated dongle. Wait. There was... Hold on. Let's go to AliExpress. Go away. Stop. Huh. DaVinci Keyman? What does this do? I don't know if I want to plug in random dongles from China. I don't know if I'm down with... Yeah, it looks very suspect. I think it's best. I think I would just pay for it. And by pay for it, I mean I'm going to use the free version because it's incredible. And if I ever come into problems, then I will pay for it. How's it going, Jackie? Yeah, totally normal to be suspect.
Same thing in Arduino Sync. These are usually used to efficiently send over or track a state. Like if you wanted an LED on or off, for example, you would just use a Boolean.
Yes, you would just use a Boolean, Dan. Good for you. Oh no, my hotkeys are different. Johnny, what did you use to edit your videos when you used to make videos?
Would just use a Boolean. When setting up the data structure for Booleans, they only take up a single byte each, which means you could theoretically send 250.
Okay, so let's go back to the AI generating. I like that style. Make me a new image in that style. But this time, it's a hamburger scene from up top, above, and to the side. And in that and missing from that hamburger is a large bite, and that large bite is named Boolean. I am trying to convey that Boolean only takes up one byte by visualizing it as one byte. You canceled your Adobe subscription. Yeah. So I have Adobe Creative Suite 6, I think. So I have a license from school back in the day, and that's what I've been using. But now I am
Them at once.
switching.
More than you'll likely ever need. After that, we have
So this is awesome.
which are like integers, but can and do have decimal values. Temperatures are
So I've been talking about switching for a very long time. And here I am. I'm switching. And honestly, this is a freaking nice piece of software. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. A new image. The only relation to the old image is the drawing style. You can't. Are you on an M series Mac? I am, since I am very much a fanboy of local LLM. I so incredibly want an M5 Max, Mac Mini when they come out. We'll see. We'll see if the Mac Minis will end up. Dude, what the fuck is this? I'm definitely out of images here. What did you even do? I'm gonna download all these. I'm not gonna waste these. But it's like, what were you doing? Gemini Byte nonsense. M1 Max. Okay, that's why. Okay, that's why. Gemini. Straight nonsense. Okay, so yeah, so the Mac Mini, I would really love a M5 Mac Mini when they come. Excuse me, I'm like dying here. An M5 Mac Mini when they come out, but like with 64 gigs of RAM, because the M chips, they do local LLM like a freaking monster.
are a very common float type. Just think, the temperature is almost never 7 degrees C. It would be more like 7.2 degrees C, or a range in meters would almost never exactly be 10 meters. It would be something like 10.8 meters. A float, like an integer, only takes up 4 bytes of your allotted 250, which means, again, you could send over 62 temperature readings at once.
I think we're done here. Razor blade this guy. No, we have more to go. Okay, I need to go to the little boy's room. Let me see if I can. Let me just copy this. We'll go here. Make me an image in a simplified comic style. Think King of the Hill, Pizza Cake Comics, The Simpsons, that level of simplicity. It's a hamburger seen from above and to the side. Oops, hamburger. and the missing from that hamburger is a large bite, and that large bite is named Boolean, like the hole that is missing has the word Boolean in it. Trying to convey that a Boolean only takes up one byte by visualizing it as one byte out of a hamburger. Oops. Images. I might not have any image generation left, but let's go like thinking. All right, be right back. Gonna go to little boy's room. Ha. It almost understood. What the hell is who doing? Me? Or the AI? I want it more from the top, and really the space that the bite was taken out of should be labeled Boolean. Also, no one uses a fork to eat a burger. AI photo. This is AI. This is AI. This is DaVinci Resolve where I'm editing.
Then we have strings, which are text, but this is the problem child for both C++ and Arduino C and our ESP Now setup. Strings.
Let's razor blade this shit.
Now setup. Strings really can be thought of as an array of characters, meaning a whole bunch of individual characters, which are named chars.
Blade this. This.
Chars. Strings can be thought of as character arrays, meaning a whole bunch. Strings really can be thought.
Nope. Okay.
Strings can be thought of as character arrays, meaning a whole bunch of
Let's see what. Gemini was not paying attention. Oh, I'm gonna keep these, but they're not what I'm looking for. Oh, I left my coffee over there.
Individual chars, the data type, back to back to back, meaning the string, meaning the string
So meaning.
back to
Okay, I'm gonna
back to back to back.
bleed this guy. And this is meaning here, right?
Meaning the
Yeah, so we're gonna blade this guy. Blade this guy. Welcome back.
chars, the data type, back to back to back, meaning the string program would look like program in square brackets, back to back, and must be sent like that. So when we make up the data structure for ESP Now, strings will be the most confusing to use because you'll have to think about how long your longest message could possibly be and then declare it as a char type with a maximum length in square brackets right after it.
Blade, blade.
It's okay to send anything shorter than what you've set up, but you can't send longer ones. You'll probably crash your ESP if you try to.
And then yep, and yep. Images. Mostly above and a bit to the side. Missing from that hamburger is a large byte, and that large byte is named Boolean. Like the hole that is missing has the word Boolean in it. Like the missing burger chunk has the word Boolean instead of it. You dumped your tea in the harbor, you're eating watermelon. Cool? Cool, cool. I mean, if you just want to go about historical events, the British / the Canadians have one up on you on that one. Ah, this is not what I'm trying to do. Whatever. Am I still not out of generation? That's pretty good.
Each char, meaning each letter, space, or punctuation you send, takes up 1 byte, meaning the max length will always be 250 chars long. It would be
B.
long. It would be way.
God, this software is so quick. I love it. My old ass Premiere runs like ass compared to this.
long. It would be way more efficient to have some sort of lookup table on the receiving end to relate an incoming integer to a string. But don't forget, for most projects, you'll be absolutely fine with them.
No, I mean the British and Canadian forces burned your White House back in the day. That's what I mean. Because, like, yeah, you declared independence, true, but the Brits have shown that they could have Could have embarrassed you guys still.
and to relate an incoming integer to a string. But don't forget, for most projects,
I'm just saying, here is not a good spot for national pride, you know?
you'll be absolutely fine within the 250 byte limit.
I am missing a file. 5.8. Where's that file? I have an outro. Videos. SP now. I have up to 9458. Okay, it must be on the NAS still. Give me a second here. So I may not have recorded. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. What am I gonna do now? I may not have recorded an outro. Professional YouTuber, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if I can import. Let's see if I 9459. Nope. I didn't even record an intro. What an idiot. Actually, maybe I'll just tell it to redo. Try that shit again. Okay, so now we need to get visuals. What? Does not fit in a single byte? My God. There's an intro. Intro is good. Intro is here. Must be a hotkey to bring it all the way back, but intro is over here.
Welcome to the ESP Now comprehensive video.
Yeah, so intro is, we got it. Okay, let's, I'm gonna be productive either way. We're going to get to recording our footage we need to insert. So I'm gonna fire up the mini PC here. Where is I actually don't. Okay, it's this one. Gotta power up my little screen. That should work. Just need an outro. Yeah. Oak Island seems to be spanning 8 centuries. That predates both of us. I don't know. I'm feeling. Some days my back feels like it's more than that old. Okay. Do I install the updates? Yeah, sure, whatever. Restart now. Oh yeah, this is still on Windows 11. I haven't nuked it yet. UK takes a lot to predate us. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, there's something like to be said, right? They say like Canada or in North America, 300 years feels like a long time. And in the UK or in Europe, 300 kilometers feels like a long distance. Whereas like really it's the opposite, right? Like in the country founded by Vikings, yeah. So like in Canada here, buildings from the late 1700s is quite impressive, right? It's old. But in the UK, there are pubs that have countertops that are older than that, right? So it's like pretty incredible. Okay, so should be loaded up into there. Let me see if I can switch to it. Properties, deactivate, reactivate. There we go. So here we are. So this is the mini PC. Dismiss. Go away. All right, so do we have OBS installed on here? I'm guessing that's a no. Let's grab see here. And does this have no Arduino or OBS? I actually don't know. I don't think I have any personal information on this computer, so we'll just download it like so. Go away. Stuck around the location to get some crane and welder load info. Bunch of 3-ton cranes. Very nice. Again, do you need a Canadian correspondent in your job there, Lockwatcher? I actually have applied to probably about 20 jobs now so far. I applied to some government jobs too, which would be interesting, some like government agency jobs. But we'll see what happens. So OBS, next, install. I think I didn't want to load this PC up with stuff for the reason that I'm gonna nuke Windows 11, but I think we just doing it. We just be doing it. All right, finish. Is it launching? Next. Base canvas. 60 FPS. Next. High quality. Apply settings. Can I switch this? Settings. This is so weird, by the way, because you never show the back end of this stuff. Advanced. You typically don't want to show it because you can leak like your stream key, all sorts of things like that. Columbus was told the Earth. No, yeah, Columbus was definitely not told the Earth was flat. They knew the spherical Earth for a long time before that. FFmpeg. I think 6,000 is a little bit low. Let's go 8,000. Let's check our, oops, that's our task manager. Oh yeah, this is what I want. Apply, okay. If I start recording, oh. No. This is weird, I don't like this. Scene and sources, there we go, that looks better. Okay, we're gonna add a source and we're gonna grab display capture. Display capture. First display, okay. That's good. If I start recording, just want to see what kind of GPU usage we're getting. Oh, GPU usage is high. We're okay though. Okay. So we are recording. So now let's head to, oh, I have to remove all this shit. Here, let's get Brave. I guess I can stop this recording. Let's grab, hang on a sec. Ugh. There we go. Round earthers might float you out to sea in an inner tube. I'm not understanding the logic there. Let me just tune this. Settings. Whatever. Anyways, I'm just going to grab Brave. Completed already. Yes. Close Windows. 1 second. Waiting to install. Installing. I know it's a flotation device. I'm just understanding why. If I'm just trying to see if I'm missing something from what Jackie was saying. Okay. So let's go back to here, and then we're going to start our OBS. Start recording. Okay, and then we're going to go here. Arduino CC. Can you fuck off? I don't care. Get rid of the stupid tutorial shit. Let's try that again. Okay, and then you go products. Arduino IDE. IDE, Windows 10 or newer. Download. Save. Done. I agree. All users, yep. I agree. Install. We are just giving her a little bit there on the power profiles. Hear the fan. Oh yeah, there's some hot air coming from that PC. For sure. Oh, falls off the edge of the earth. Gotcha. Crashes into ice border. Yeah. Okay, while this happens, I'll just go ESP32 hardware on Arduino IDE link. This one. I don't want location services. All right, so we're going to go Tools, File, Preferences, Board Manager URLs, paste that. Okay. Okay, and then we're going to go Tools, Board, Boards Manager, and then we're going to go ESP32, Install, and also Install. Oh, Vero is here. Did you say hot air? Did I say hot air? Okay, that's installed. Now we install this one. Taking a while. Oh, we're going to be done streaming in about 15 minutes, by the way. Because I am hungry. I don't know about you guys. Oh, hot air coming out of the PC. Yes, that's what I was saying hot air about. That is what. It's actually nice on my cold hands. And I just realized something. We were recording audio on the mini PC, but there's no audio. This is great though. This is awesome. I needed a second computer here to do things on and be able to record OBS stuff while I'm streaming OBS stuff. So maybe eventually this computer will handle the stream, and then I can just do stuff over on the main computer, or vice versa. This is pretty cool. Should I have spent $300 on a computer? No. But is it $600 locally? Yes. So that's good. All right, so now let's plug something into. Do I have a USB cable? Probably not. I need a USB so we can show how it works. Okay, we have this. We have a USB cable I'm going to steal from my controller. This is always the story of my life, robbing Peter to pay Paul. Okay. You had tortellino. Oh, that's nice. We buy tortellini sometimes when it's on sale. Been trying to weld files all morning. Don't think it's possible without losing the temper. Well, you can always just retemper them, right? Got your microscope working. Had to use different XP laptop. The broken one did not acknowledge the microscope camera. Interesting. Interesting. I hate software shit. I'm so happy that Windows 10 mostly just works. For the most part, you don't need to fuss with very much at all. All right, so let's demonstrate here. Tools, port. There's no port. Sometimes there's COM port 1. Okay, no port. And then I'll plug this in. Boot. And then tools, port, this is it. So I don't even know what this is. ESP32C3. So you go ESP32C3. Are you serious? There's no ESP? Oh. I forgot, you have to go here, Tools, Boards Manager. Oh, those are installed. C3. I don't remember what the company was. Olimex, M5, Heltec. There's so many of these. A Waveshare. I think that's what it was. The weird part is they should be in here. Here we go. So that's done. So what else did I need to capture? So installing this, here, let's stop the record. Did I didn't add my NAS to this yet, so that's how I'll transfer files through the NAS. Flies. A flaming fly goes by. I can't believe my eyes. 1,000 butterflies. Something I want to check too is, because this is a new device, I wonder if I can make a new Gmail account without having to supply my... Here, I'll send you to the desk. Lately, when you try to make a new Gmail account, it asks you for your phone number, and I don't want to do that. Gmail.com. Create an account for my personal use. Fred Jones. Oh, your name. Fred is my name. Jones is my last name. Basic information. Just trying to make a Gmail, see if it, oh, okay. Put a temporary password. Verify some info. No, it makes you scan a QR code. Here, I'll show you. Actually, I won't show you because it's a QR code. So, nope. Amazon package on its way. What did you order this time? Very nice. Is there a skip? There's no skip. Oh well. I thought I was going to make another burner account. Guess not. All right. Well, I guess that's it. We set it up so it's working. We can now program ESP32s from here. All I need to do is add my NAS to this, and it should be good to go. So, yeah, I think that'll be the end of the stream for today. So essentially, what I'm going to do today is I'm going to try to continue to edit. It's Wago connectors, very nice. So yeah, what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to capture all the visuals I need and do some more editing. Hopefully be done today, but I mean, there's no guarantees. If it's done today, then we have to do the thumbnail and all of that crap. But anyways, so that'll be it for now. I'm going to go eat some lovely food. I hope you guys have a good day. Thanks for joining me. And my back is starting to get a little bit sore from standing, and I wasn't standing very long, so it's good that we're ending it now. Oh, and you notice I'm wearing my Canadian uniform today. I think Vero gets a little tired of seeing my destroyed gray sweater, and so I'm trying to switch it up a little bit. All right. Have a good one, guys. Tomorrow I am working, so I'm not streaming tomorrow, but maybe the day after. Have a good one.